Okay, here we go. It's go time in Hammertown. Got Casey Currie going off the line now in the trophy Jeep. Casey's just got back from the Dakar 2019.
Definitely kicking it with that truck. You saw huge air off that first jump.
Very talented racer, races all over the world in many different disciplines. From UTV to trophy truck to Dakar.
The question will be, is he going to unseat our current leader?
Well, he's fast. He's very, very fast. Let's see, but this vehicle is absolutely enormous.
Yeah, nicknamed the Trophy Jeep. Built like a trophy truck, but the same size as a trophy truck.
And he makes short work of those rocks. Professional off-road racer. There is not much that Casey hasn't won, but he hasn't won King of the Hammers.
The question is, will this year be his? And I'm sure he would want to win this year, and even more so would want to win in that truck.
Now we're watching it come up through here. Now this is a good pace. We've been speaking about this area. It's a key area. You've got to hold that pace through here. It's a little bit slow for my liking through there. I don't think he's going to be pushing for those top guys.
I think it'll all depend on how hard he pushes down the backside here. That's exactly what you were talking about earlier, Jim. How hard will these guys push? What corners will they cut?
Indeed, he's doing a great job feeding that huge vehicle down here. This is the corner I thought he might try and cut, but no. I reckon there's a higher wall there than we realised from our camera images.
I think so. Based on how the cars are reacting when they go through there, I think that rock is a lot bigger than it looks to us.
Indeed, and look at the pace here, picking a clean line as he comes down through. And look at the clock, just over the 2 minutes mark.
He's going to push. I agree with you. I don't think he's going to put our leader in jeopardy, but he's definitely going to be on pace for a top 10.
Definitely. I'll tell you what, this is going to be close. He needs to be full throttle now. The seconds tick by. Oh, it's a great run there from Casey Currie.
Incredibly
fast. We'll get confirmation very shortly.
Next off the line, Jason Blanton. A beautiful car. Never one to disappoint.
Okay, we've got some top news. Casey Currie moves up into second spot, knocking Cody Addington down, beating him by a mere 1 second.
I'm surprised it's second. I thought that he was further off pace than that, but he certainly made up a lot of time on the backside of short bus.
He did. We've been saying this all along. That short bus is the key.
Oh, absolutely. You saw him crest the top at a similar time to a lot of the other drivers, but he definitely made up a pile of time on the downhill section.
Indeed, as we watch Jason Blanton, big block horsepower, making his way up to the four-wheel parts rocks. We've all seen the videos on YouTube of him blowing off Lamborghinis and having all kinds of other fun.
Up and through the four-wheel parts rock section, back down into the dirt.
Car is just over a year old now, and he's ironing out all those little bugs that you get with a new car of this standard.
Interesting power plant choice with that big block Chevy in there. Definitely lots of power, definitely lots of torque, but also a lot of weight.
Indeed. We're going to see Nick Nelson with something similar later on today as well. These boys are pushing over 900 horsepower as he comes around on two wheels.
That turn is key. You can see him carrying a lot of speed up that short bus climb, up over the top. I think we got another great pace coming on. We'll see how he tackles the backside.
Yeah, this is the key to it. He's not going to be looking at a top 1-2, but he is looking at a top 10. He's got to keep it tidy through here, but he can't afford to back down the pace. This descent is the key to a great time.
Yeah, and you can see that last turn. I think you're right, Jim. I think that rock in there is a lot bigger than we think it is.
You can see he's physically further back down the course than Casey Currie was a few moments ago. But this is still a good time. As Jason comes through the Jeep arch.
Very aggressive drop back into Hammertown. Around the last corner and then across the line.
Oh, he'll be very happy with that indeed. We wait for confirmation of Jason Blanton's time, but that is certainly a top 10. Brilliant stuff there.
Hunter Sparrow next off the line. Car number 72.
So after two big IFS cars, we're back to a solid axle vehicle and Hunter Sparrow.
But certainly not holding anything back. Pushing hard into that short course, into the first turn.
Always amazes me how different these cars approach the same course.
You know, and a lot of that, the question is, how much of it is pre-running? How much of it is that you have to change your plan when you get out there after 50, 60 cars have taken the same course? That course is not the same course that you pre-ran earlier.
Absolutely not. You're quite right. Fantastic images from our drone cameras as Hunter makes his way to the four-wheel parts rocks.
Carrying a lot of speed up in there. Very well done. Dropping back down. Coming across this back section, heading into short bus, just like we've talked about all day. This is where we see our leaders make up a lot of time.
Indeed, Hunter off pace at the moment, but still looking at a respectable time. And Hunter eases over the top of short bus.
Pushing back down the far back side. You can see that big wide shot. How much twists and turns are in that one drop.
It's amazing how that view makes it look flat. That is an incredibly steep hill.
Back down onto the desert floor.
Nearly 100 vehicles having to qualify today, and it all finishes with power hour at 4 p.m. But here in Hammertown, the wind has started to get up. And despite the sun, it's chilling down.
Round the top through the Jeep arch. Drop back in. Takes the far left line. Pushes hard back down into Hammertown. He'll be under 3 minutes.
That's a nice time there from Hunter Sparrow as we watch Brendon Thompson, 5150, getting ready to start his run.
Solid axle car, been competing out here for a few years.
Really nice guy, Brendon. You see how that's chopping up quite badly now inside those turns. There's big ruts.
Yeah, it's that mix of having an IFS car take one line, having a solid axle car take another line.
And those big horsepower players roosting as they go round.
You can see Brendon push hard through that desert section. Car working well. Comes up over the top, rock section, quick and easy. Good pace so far.
You can see the shadows lengthening on the cars of the spectators parked at the side of the course. as Brendon Thompson makes his way around the back of short bus.
Carrying a good amount of speed through this section.
Again, he won't be challenging for the lead, but he's going to be looking into the top 20.
Yeah, I think he'll crack that 3-minute mark. As long as he has no issues as he comes down the backside of short bus. See him coming down through here. Lots of turns, lots of cuts you have to make.
Well, I'm just having a look at our score sheet. And if you're over 3 minutes, you're going to be below 40th position now, which is quite amazing. To break the top 10, you've got to be below 2 minutes than 32 seconds, a space that's currently occupied by Dan Fresh, who put down a fantastic time in that savvy bomber car earlier today.
Pushing hard up, back, around into the Jeep arch.
Our highest placed solid axle car currently is Rick Waterbury in 7th position with a 229. And let's not forget our current fastest qualifier is Brian Crofts with a 221.
Alex Wacker on the line. Patiently waiting.
I love this car. Tribe-built car. And Alex leaves the line.
Changes his mind.
Now you see the
leaves
full
again.
start there. Not such a problem. There's a timing loop. So long as he doesn't cross that timing loop, his time does not start. So he's fine. Alex used to race a Pennell Fab car. Beautiful cars. Ben Napier's got his on the lake bed this weekend. Sure you can find it. It's for sale if you're looking to get into this motorsport. You just need to cross his palm with 165 small ones. And this could be you next year. As Alex Wacker makes his way out towards the 4 Wheel Parts Rocks on the 4400 qualifying day at King of the Hammers 2019.
And he's carrying a lot of speed through that desert section up into those rocks. Doing very well.
And he's got to. We're just looking at those scores now. If you're on 3 minutes, you're going to be back in beyond 40th place.
It is amazing considering yesterday we were surprised when we first jumped under the 3-minute mark.
Absolutely. And if you want to break into that top 5, you've got to be below 2 minutes and 30.
That's insane.
It is incredible.
I
A
think
testament to these crews.
I think we'll still see it this afternoon when Power Hour starts.
I have absolutely no doubt. Let's not forget the talent that we have coming later on today. And before Power Hour, we've got some more amazing vehicles as well. Coming up after Alex is Cody Wacker and that beautiful Armada built, fully independent suspension vehicle.
You know, we were talking to Jordan earlier about that 4-wheel independent suspension and how different it rides instead of just like a giant high horsepower razor. You know, Cody's had his out here for a few years now, working the bugs out.
Yep, and let's not forget, we've got Khaleesi, Nick Nelson. Nearly 1,000 horsepower as we watch Alex Wacker absolutely storming towards the finish line. Twisted Monkey Racing.
Carrying a lot of speed through that section. Making that nice wide sweeping corner through those ruts.
He comes down through the Jeep arch, heading towards the finish line.
Excellent finish, comes across the line.
And Alex Wacker with a 241, which puts him in 19th position. Amazing.
He'll be happy with that. Cody Wacker here. Beautiful car.
Mr. Laser Nut himself, founder of Laser Town. And do you remember the stir that this car caused only a few short years ago when it arrived on the lake bed?
Absolutely. So much technology in that car. Four-wheel independent suspension, portal boxes at the wheels. Let's not forget the copper-coated beadlocks.
Let's see what Cody can do. Cody is an expert rock crawler. Races in a Jesse Haynes moon buggy.
Yes, he showed off his skills last night at the shootout. Brought out that moon buggy, made it to the top.
He'll openly tell you, I'm not the fastest man in the desert, but he's looking pretty hot here today.
Oh, that car is doing very well. As we've said, the technological advances in that car, sometimes when you push the envelope that far, it takes a little bit of time to work out all the little nuances, all the bugs, but I think he's well on his way.
As we watch our in-shot of one poor car being taken home.
That's just a standard special delivery here at Hammertown.
Darryl Gray, we saw him break his steering earlier. Cody's a little bit off pace here if he wants to break up into that top 5. Which just goes to show how fast the other qualifiers have been today.
Oh, that top 5 is just a blistering pace, and I think, you know, as we look back on it and see who ran when and where, and the question will be how much of that is the course, how much will the course still be changing, what's going to happen when Power Hour starts.
Indeed. And let's not forget, Rick Waterbury's absolutely amazing run.
Oh, took a bad bounce there off course. He bellied out on that rock, threw him into the rocks. Lost a lot of time there. Just an unlucky bounce.
It only takes a second.
But you can see he's right back on it.
But you can never get those seconds back once they're gone. And Cody's going to be outside of the top 20 by the looks of it. Recovered some pace.
Great pace, but then that one small mistake coming down the backside of short bus.
And Cody Wagner qualifies in 22nd position with a 2:45.
Matt Trevino off the line. A little bit of action there right off the gate.
He wants this. Let's see what he can give us.
Carrying a lot of speed into those corners. Doing very well. Off that last jump out of the desert. Up into those rocks.
As we wait for Matt Trevino to come out round the back of short bus. The weather is definitely changing here in Hammertown.
Making a good pace through there. Pushing hard. I don't think it's enough to unseat leaders, but as we've said, you have to be moving incredibly fast even to make it into the top 40.
Nearly 100 cars are going to be leaving the line on Friday. And you can't all start in the top 10. Now, how's this line changing? We keep seeing this altering every time a car comes down. We just saw Cody Wacker go way off course. But Matt's keeping it calm, keeping it simple.
Doing well, picking his way through there. Carried a good amount of speed down that hill. Taking that inside line around King Mountain. Then he'll drop back into the ruts. Before climbing up and then coming through the Jeep arch.
He's going to be just inside that 3-minute zone by the looks of it. And next on the line, it's 326 Barry Smethurst out of Australia, if you hadn't noticed by the big mouse on the back.
I think that's a kangaroo.
You'd never know, would you? It's the wrong way up, surely. Barry is a seasoned competitor in Australia, an amazing pilot. Let's see what he can do. Those ruts are getting massive out there. He's more used to winch challenge competitions, high horsepower GUs, big 4-motor winches. And it's his first time here at Hammers racing. It's always exciting to see international competitors here at Hammers.
The question is, what side of the car is his steering wheel on, Jim?
Now that's an American car, so it's going to be on the wrong side.
The correct side. He's on the right. He's on the correct side.
Now the question is, can he keep his roux up as he makes his way around the course? One of the girls in production has already got our eyes on it. As Barry powers his way up through the desert. Such is the lure of King of the Hammers that people come here and pay vast sums of money to rent cars just to race.
Quick work of those rocks. Smooth like a Vegemite sandwich.
Oh, Vegemite, why would you? Vegemite is a chemical weapon, I swear to God. Right, here comes Barry. He's coming up through the bottom of a short bus. Or it will be very shortly. Roux hanging on for dear life.
Doing very well.
I know there'll be lots of people back home in Australia watching.
That was an unfortunate spot for that camera to stop working.
He'll be back in shot in a minute, I have no doubt. Conditions are worsening all the time here in Hammertown. Strong winds coming through, which is affecting our camera positions.
There he is. You just spotted him coming down the backside of short bus.
As our drone gets blown across the sky. But here he comes, picking a careful line. He knows he can't win this race, but what he can do is finish. And not many people from foreign countries get to do that. So Barry's now coming around the back of King Hill, making his way towards the deep Jeep arch. Unusual territory for Barry. He usually wins prologues in Australia.
I think it's like you said, though, Jim. I think he'd just be happy to be here, happy to finish and ready for race day.
Absolutely. I'm sure he's got all his friends and family here with him, and they'll just be enjoying the experience and not wanting to work all night, every night to fix their rig. So they'll just be saying to him, get around that course, Barry. Doesn't matter where you finish, just get it home. And also, it's a strange car, so I have no doubt it feels weird in his hands. He probably doesn't quite like the seating position. All of these things play a factor.
Well, I was going to say, you can also tell that's obviously an older Ultra 4 car. You can tell by the look of it, you can tell by the style, but you can also tell by how the suspension reacts when he's coming around those corners. A lot of body roll in that car. That's where a lot of technology has changed over the years.
And here's the car 71, John Hall, about to leave the line. So many wonderful looking vehicles here in Johnson Valley. John Hall's IFS vehicle makes its way around the short course.
Very recently wrapped in that Shreddy Life. If anyone knows Blake Wilkie, Shreddy Life is his brand that he pushes pretty hard, does well. Fun guy to hang out with. Car moving incredibly fast through the desert.
And here's the four-wheel parts rocks, one of the key areas on the course.
Doing very well, carrying a lot of speed. Jumping in and out of that rutted section.
John Hall, the last of our qualifiers in this particular group. But let's not forget, we've got lots more action coming today. As I do bear with us, the high winds here are causing problems for our drone cameras. But John Hall will be coming down through short bus now. There he is.
Picking his way through that line. You can see that some of those corners are straightening out. Some are getting more dug out. A lot of those rocks moving around.
Yeah.
Can't wait for Power Hour.
Could be won or lost on those rocks on short bus, that is certain. As John Hall makes his way down towards King Hill and round the back to the Jeep Arch.
Beautiful line through there. Carrying a lot of speed out of that flat section into the corner.
Takes that longer route round.
And comes across on that far left side.
Coming down through that favoured line. Looks like he's going to be around about the 2:45 mark, something around that area. Nice run there from John Hall. John Hall coming through there in 21st position with a 2:43. That is the quality of the field we're seeing today.
That's amazing when you think about it. Lap that fast, and you're not even near the top 10. You're just touching the top 20.
So let's have a quick recap. We're here today for the 4400 class qualifying for the 2019 Nitto King of the Hammers powered by Optima batteries. That's the last of this particular group, but we'll be back for more action at 3 o'clock this afternoon. And let's not forget, at 4 o'clock this afternoon, it's Power Hour, and I can't wait for that one.
Oh, I can't wait either. I think it's going to be great. We got the heavy hitters in the sport coming out, and I still think, you know, they've got that fast time for Brian Crofts right now. It may be beaten, but if it is, I don't think it's going to be beaten by much.
I agree, but I can't wait to find out.
4WP is more than a store. We're truck and Jeep experts and have been for over 50 years. From wheel and tire upgrades to full custom builds, 4WP has you covered. Whether you want to order the best parts online or shop in store, do the work yourself or get it done by a pro, all roads lead to 4WP. Do your rig right. Shop online or find your store at 4WP.com.
10 till...
We didn't just test the new Optima Yellow Top with Pure Flow technology, we tortured it. King of the Hammers is 181 battery-killing miles of relentless, unforgiving hellishness. It's one thing to call yourself the ultimate power source. It's another thing to prove it. The all-new Optima Yellow Top with Pure Flow technology with up to 3 times the battery life. Unsurpassed performance built to fit today's vehicles. Optima, the ultimate power source.
Go inside. Cozy up to the fire. Stay warm. Some call that a nice winter day. We'll have to agree to disagree.
Your bearings shoulder the burden whenever you tow, haul, or stomp the gas. AMSOIL delivers powerful protection for bearings and other critical components so you can drive with confidence. To demonstrate, an independent lab put AMSOIL synthetic motor oil head-to-head against a leading competitor in a 100,000-mile test. AMSOIL provided far superior wear protection and kept engine bearings looking like new. Get your truck the protection it deserves at amsoil.com/auto.
Bring on the punishment. Steel-it polyurethane coating is proven protection. The stainless steel formulation shields against corrosion and protects against the toughest terrain. It's weldable, so there's no need to remove the coating. Just weld right on it. Go to steel-it.com for more.
Go further. Go safer. Gasoline transfer tanks for Jeeps, SUVs, pre-runners, and chase trucks. Tanks made in the USA, backed by a lifetime warranty. Includes an easy-to-use shaker siphon that transfers over 2 gallons per minute. Proven tough in the deserts of Baja, the trails of Moab, all the way to the race course. Venture further. Visit TitanFuelTanks.com today.